the microservices integration with the React.js application. So as you are seeing in the diagram, we have these microservices: a category service, brand service, authentication service, user management service, notification service, and so on. So we have the microservices. And also, if you can see, this is the gateway. So these microservices were secure behind the gateway. And if we would like to access these microservices which were there behind the gateway, we need to submit the security token and then access them. That security tokens will be issued by the identity and access management server called WSO2. And there is a user authentication service or user management service which can talk to this WSO2 identity server and then bring the tokens back. And those tokens we can submit to the APIs via the gateway. Once the tokens were validated by the respective services, then those services will give the responses back to the application or maybe the users who are trying to access these APIs. So this part is already there. The services were hosted in AWS and they are running fine. Now, the motto of this session is we have to integrate these microservices which are running with the React.js application. So the intention of the session is to not to teach you the React.js in its beginning, but the expectation, the outcome of the session that you will get is the integration. How this React application will integrate with this backend microservices securely. So that is the knowledge that you will gain out of the two sessions, which we're going to conduct today and then tomorrow. Perfect. So now, guys, can you please be mute? When you join, please be mute. Now, let's see how these APIs are working first. And then we'll go back to this and create the React.js application. Then we will start, developing the microservice specific functionality here. And then we'll do the integration. My voice is low. Okay, my bad. I need to increase the volume of my machine. Am I audible now? Is it good? Is my voice audible for all of you? Can anyone please confirm? Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks. Got it. Oh, not very clear. I'm not sure. It's maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It's for whom it is not clear. Please check your mic or something else. Okay. 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 Right. So now I will give you the overview of the microservices that we have. Okay, first of all, before going to here, let us fix this voice noise issue. Majority of the people are saying my voice is clear, but still few of the people are reporting my voice is not clear. Okay, just let me check something. Yep. Okay, okay, yeah, it's perfect, right? Okay, it's breaking. Noise is there. Clear for me. I don't know. Mixed responses I can see. Um, no, no, actually, echo also. I think it's not the echo. Okay, okay. Let us continue. I believe my voice is clear now. So let us continue. Perfect, guys. Please be mute. Uh, I do understand when you join, it is um, by default your voice is enabling. But please be mute. Okay, perfect. Let's continue with the agenda. The agenda is React.js application integration with the microservices ecosystem. Whatever now you are seeing, this is we call as microservices ecosystem. In this ecosystem, here are the microservices you can see. These microservices, we can see from the diagram, yeah. So category service is the Dockerized microservice, which is secured, which is using the MySQL database. The products are the branch service, which is also a secured service, Dockerized one, and which is connecting to the MongoDB. And these are all the applications are Spring Boot applications. And here we are using, see, Sleuth we are using for tracking their communication. Order service, payment service were not live at this moment. We have the user authentication service, which is live and then talking to this WSO2. This is also the Dockerized one, but it is not the secured service. It is an open service. The users usually will register into this WSO2 identity server through this user management service. This will manage both user registration and authentication authorization. Okay, so for now, the user registration part is I'm not going to cover. I'm assuming that the users were there in this WSO2 identity server, and then the service is um, submitting, collecting the username and then password, and then submitting it to WSO2 identity server, and then fetching the access JWT tokens from there. And those tokens it is putting into the Redis cache. So the services, category service, brand service, etc. other services, these services will connect to this Redis cache and then validates the token. In fact, you can see the API gateway is doing that job. The API gateway is supposed to do that job, but the microservices implementation, whatever right now I have, that token validation is not happening here. Token validation is happening here only. But expectation is to bring the token validation to here. That may be, I didn't cover in my Java real-time project sessions. However, token validation is happening here. These are all the clients to this Redis cache. And if you can see in this diagram, we also have the service registry. Just give me a moment. Oh, sorry. I think I have to reduce. You can see this here we have the service registry. Yeah, so you can see the service registry. Service registry is also Dockerized one. And all these microservices were enlisted their existence into the service registry using the service registration process. And the Eureka, Netflix Eureka, it uses the Of course, it is now Spring Cloud Weka. So it uses the service discovery, and then it is discovering the services existence. The other part you can see, this is the more on top of the microservices we were added, like event-driven communication. We are using the PubSub model, PubSub channel, RabbitMQ, and then Kafka. And you can see this ELK stack. This is for maintaining the distributed logging and monitoring system. Not monitoring, but logging system. Distributed logging system for all these microservices. And you can see the Jipkin for the showcasing. It's a nice UI basically. Showcasing the microservices trace, where they were started, where they were ended, in the middle, how many services they were communicated with, entire trace of the microservice communication we can see in this UI. Then to monitor these microservices, their performance, and also the environment in order to monitor, we have the Grafana and Prometheus. So in the system currently we have, this is also down. I didn't have this one, except Jipkin, I didn't have this one. So we have the Jipkin now ready. We have the service history, three microservices, and gateway, Redis cache, WSUIT. So this is our current system. Now, at least I have now with me, which I was able to up and run at this moment. However, these microservices have the data, right? Meaning they have their own uh, single responsibility services. They have their own responsibility. So if you want to know about this category service, how this application actually, right, where it starts and how it will be. So I would just like to give you the overall picture of the application, the project concepts, and then the modules basically. Then we'll go back to the integration part. So the project name is vShopify platform, and this project we called it as VP, a minimum viable product. So this minimum viable product we started to implement for the addressing daily problems or daily complex problems, whatever we have seen in the retail e-commerce business. For them, this MVP will provide a minimum viable solution. That is the main agenda of this vShopify platform. So this platform application product should have two applications, you can see, front office and then the back office. So if you can see the back office application, we have the various functionality, various roles users configured, like super admin, salesperson, editor, and then the shipper. Each and every person is doing a specific task in this vShopify platform application. Before going to dig into these users, what they are doing, I just would like to showcase you the application, how the existing application is. So this is the login page. Once the users will be logged in, either admin, either super admin, either salesperson, either shipper, or either editor, whoever it may be. So whoever will log into the system, the dashboard will be rendered accordingly. That was the current existing application. So admin when log in, so you can see these many menus, right? Like user management, and you can see admin can do a lot. User management, and then categories management, brands, products, customers, shipping rates, orders, sales report, etc. So many things he can do, right? So these are all what the menus that we can see here. So now in this session, what we're going to do is we're going to build a dashboard using the React, where it will displayed with the categories and then the brands management. Not all these things. Intention is to not cover all these things. It is not so possible. But the categories and then the brands module we will develop, meaning we'll develop a dashboard with these categories and then the brands. And we will paint the data by fetching from the respective microservices. That's what we'll do. Okay. So if you can see, there is a categories management and there is a brands management. And there will be a products management as well, but let us not think about the products. So this is what the categories is. Again, categories are two kinds: parent category, child category. In an e-commerce, if you can see any e-commerce platform like Amazon, Flipkart, any platform you can take, they'll manage the various products based on the categories. Like electronics is one category, electronics is one category, or mobiles, the gadgets are another category, maybe TVs or another category, books, another category. Likewise, they will maintain the products in the application based on the various, meaning by dividing them into the categories. So first of all, categories is the main, not main, but first module of our application. So first microservice is the categories microservice. Using categories, we can create the various, using categories management microservice, we can create the various categories. We can manage the categories. So once the categories were managed, then the brands module will do what? See this? For example, category or appliances, home appliances, mobile, and then computers. Then we will add the products into the categories based on their brand. For example, various brands: Amazon, Samsung, LG, Apple, whatever it is. So we will create the brands in one or more categories. Then the products we're gonna create in this brand, right? So for example, brand name is the Amazon. So product is then what? Let's say product may be Amazon Basics TV, or any other Amazon Science or Amazon Books, Amazon Prime, or whatever it is. So the products will be added under the brand called Amazon. So this is again will be of the categories: home appliances, mobile, or computers. So that's how the relationship will be maintained. Okay. So category service is the first service, brand service is the next service. First we'll create the categories, then we'll create the brands under the category. Here is one trick, if you can understand here. So when the brands are creating, what will happen is, let me go and then draw a simple diagram. Then we'll jump to the UI application setup. Once you got the microservices what they are doing and all. Let's go and then start setting up the UI. Okay. So here, one more thing will also be covered. Let me draw it. Okay. If you can see, we have the category service. Yes. And we have the brand service. Assume this is the brand. Many of you folks know who attended my Java real-time project, but again, few of you might be the new, right? So I just would like to explain. So when the brands are creating, if you can see the business requirement document, what this is doing, the brands need to create under the categories, right? So that means what? When we click on the save button, the brand's microservice will take the brand name, brand logo, and categories array, and all this it will take. But this category should be the valid categories, right? Because anyone can tamper the data over the network. So we should have the data verification, this category services verification, whether they are right or not. For that reason, the brand service will go and then talk to category service and get the confirmation that these products belongs to this category. These category services are the real categories or persisted categories. Then it will go and then insert into the its DB, MongoDB. Right, so we are using here MongoDB. So there is a meaning why I'm using the MongoDB here, but yeah, you can just consider it is storing the details in the DB. What it does store, it does store the brand details along with the category details as a single object. Okay, as a single record, it will store. So this is what. So that's the reason. First, what we need to do is, first we need to create the categories. So once the categories are created, then we have to create the brands under the category. That is the important point, right? So we have to create the brands under the category. If the categories were there, then we can supply those categories to create the brands under the category. Hope you got it. But these category service, brand service are not the open services. They are the secured services. So I hosted them on AWS. You can see they're all Dockerized services. So for example, you can see Docker PS. Yeah, these are all the Dockerized services. They were hosted here. Now, let's see the logs of this category service. Yeah, so this is the category service logs. Now let's go to category service. One moment, guys. Just let me take this first. Okay, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I'm first cleaning the data now. Yeah, perfect. So go to the category service. Let me not pass the token. They should not report 200 actually. There is a problem in handling the service response. But you can see the log. It will say unauthorized, user not authorized. So this message should have to display here. So that means Without the valid token, we can't access these categories. Similarly, brands as well. So they are fully secured services. Let's say no authentication by supply. Just let me go and then see the logs of the brand service. Yeah, this is the brand service. So these are the logs. Now let's supply, meaning let's hit it. You can see user not authorized. Somehow here we should have to display 403 and all. That's true. There was an issue or the bug in the handling of these responses when we're not supplying the token, but backend microservices are as expected. And you can see all this communication is happening with the gateway. So let's go to Eureka. You can see the gateway port number is 5012. And we are talking to this branch via the gateway. So you can see in the architecture, as per architecture, guys, can you please be mute? Okay. Yeah. So as per the architecture, here is the gateway. So using gateway, the backend communication is happening. Cool. And you can see this is the Redis cache, which I also hosted it on the AWS as a Docker service. So I'm just deleting all the tokens which were there. Of course, we can also do the logout. When we do the logout, all the tokens will go away. But I'm just deleting one for now. So no tokens. Now going back to this architecture, there is a WSO2 identity server where we have the users. So let's go to WSO2 identity server. So this is what the WSO2 identity server. Admin and then yeah. So here we can maintain the list of users. Let's say the user store. No user stores I have configured. Yeah, here you can see the users list, default user store I'm using. Yeah, so only admin is the only one person so far we have. So we can create the role and then we can add the user to the particular role, right? And with that user we can log in. So no users we have, only one user, that is admin for now. No other users. So we can create them. Perfect. So let us create one user here. Of course, we will do it through the API, but that API is not up and running. So I have only the authentication service. So let me show you the snapshot of the services that I have right now. Meaning I have that, but I didn't up them. So you can see it. I have the authentication service, and then the brand service, and then the category service, and WSO2 running. Then categories DB MySQL and Zipkin, gateway, service registry, finally the reddies. So this is what I have up and running. So I don't have the user management service. Rather, I have the authentication service. No matter. So let's go here. First, let's create the users here. Okay. Okay. So now if you can see, go to the architecture. This is the Redis, right? So this is the user management service, meaning authentication service you consider. So this is what the authentication service. Okay. So 5022, which is on the AWS, user/token is the endpoint. So admin and then admin are the default user. So if we log in, right? So just let me log in. According to this architecture, what should happen? When the username and then password will be submitted to the WSO2, it will give us the access token, nothing but the JWT token. And then this user authentication service is putting the token into this Reddy's cache. Carefully observe this. So I'm just authenticating. We got the token. Now if you can see, refresh. Yep, the token now dump into this Reddy's cache. Perfect, right? Then what will happen? So when we copy, meaning let me copy this token, give it to category service, and then ask for the category. So it's a byAnjireddy token, and let me submit this token. Now what will happen? This category service, um, let me showcase the category service code in a glance actually. Okay, so you'll get a full picture what I'm trying to do. So this category service have the authorization filter, right? So categories authorization filter. This filter we kept before the basic authentication filter. So you can see it. Sorry, you can see it over here. Add filter before basic authentication filter. So when you know the Spring security, when you know the microservices security, you know all these things basically. I'm assuming you are all the Java developers, at least not the Java developers, but at least you are all the mix of the uh, Java developers and then the React developers. That is what my expectation. By assuming that, I'm just telling, if you are any of the other technological guys, you consider like the security is what I'm talking about. Okay. So here the filter, this filter is doing what? This filter is taking the token, whatever we are sending in the request, and going to the Redis cache, right? So getting the token, going to the Redis cache, then getting the token, and then verifying whether the token have the expiry or then getting the user profile, etc. But what you can observe now, let's go to the architecture. So step one, user authentication service is getting the access tokens, JWT token from the IAM, putting it into the Redis cache. Step one is done. Step two, now I have the token, JWT token. So this JWT token, when I submitted to the category service via the gateway, the category service is doing what? Taking the token that is coming, going to the Redis, verifying whether this token is right or not, and also verifying the token have the expiry or yes, token have the expiry and token is valid. Then only category service will give the response back either to the user or to the application or anything. The category service is not talking to the IAM. Rather, the category service is talking to the cache, right? So you may have a question. Sir, if the token expires in the cache, what happens? What happens? Category service will throw the exception. You are not authorized. You are not authorized. It will throw the exception. Then again, we need to renew the token by talking to the IAM through the authentication service. Hope you got the flow. Fine. Step one is getting the token. Step two is going to the respective services via the gateway and then fetching their specific data, categories or the brands and all. Okay, so I believe you got it. Similarly, for the brands as well. So whatever the token that we got, right, the latest token. Let's go to the brands and let's go and then sorry, it's not the basic, it's the bearer token. So let me submit this bearer token. Let's get it. Oh, slash brands not found. We don't have any data right now. So let me create the data. Of course, the route not found should come. So route not found shouldn't come, but that's okay. Let us go and then verify the token that is whatever the token that we submitted is the right. So route is not found shouldn't come. That's okay. So let's go here and let me submit the, still it is saying route not found. Let me go and then check what happens with this brand service. Should work actually. I don't think any issues here, but let me just check it out, the health of them. So first, let me check the health of the services in the Eureka. Just let me reload. Yeah, branch is working fine on 5017, but I would like to access it on the 5012 via the gateway. Cool. Now let me, second step, let me see the logs of this branch. Okay, token expiry is true. Everything is good actually. Then why it is not working? Let's see. So go here. First, let me take off these and then perfect. Now the brand is created. The only problem with this one, I just remove. Now the brand is created. So let us go and then check what the brand created is in the data. Yeah, we are able to get what the brand is created. Seems to be there is an issue. I created one brand, but I got a different brand. It seems to be. However, I'm using MongoDB, so maybe data syncing or whatever it is. But the API is working at least, not throwing an issue. Okay, so let us create the you can see Bajaj also, right? You can see Bajaj also under the same category. Cool. So now the APIs are working fine with the security, right? If we supply the token, they're working fine. If we don't supply, they're not working. Perfect. Now we have the two services. Why is this breaking? Why is this breaking? Okay. Yep. Please verify.
Yeah,
JWC
actually,
token.
actually, for a while it was breaking. So
Okay.
right now it's clear, sir.
Yeah. Perfect. Fine. Now I believe you got the flow and how they are working. So let's now go back to the UI. Now you got this. Now what we'll do is let us build an app here. So far, whatever we have done using Postman, let's use it through the React app. Of course, the knowledge on the React is required for sure. Hey, all the questions you can ask at the end of the session, I definitely will answer them. Okay, because if we start the QA question, question and answer session now, we definitely not move forward. I do remember the questions. You also can ask your questions at the end of the session for sure. Okay, fine. Now let's go and then create the application, your application. For this, the knowledge on the React is required. Okay, but however, I'm assuming that you have that knowledge, or maybe you just came here to see how it will be. Okay, so perfect. Now let's go and then create this app. We have this backend system ready, and this system is with us now. Let's go and then create this UI application. I prepared the documents on it, how to create and all. If possible, I'll share these documents. So preparing the development environment. Of course, what is React history and all, you can see anyway, right? I really don't want to go into that because it is never ending story. a 60 days or 45 days of session we can't cover in just 3 hours of session, right? So I'm just skipping that theoretical part and then directly going to the practical things. Okay, so what we'll do first, preparing the development environment, selecting the development tools, workspace options, local and then cloud development, how we will do, IDE, Chrome extension. So these are all the prerequisite a developer has to be verified before starting the React.js application creation. Let's go and then see. Preparing the development environment. So before building applications with full stack, we first need to prepare the development environment, each technology, and also with the tools that we are using for the development, right? So among that tools and all, the first thing is the workspace option. So either we can develop in our local or we can develop it in the cloud as well. Like Google Cloud is offering the development services like Cloud9, right? So like VDIs they are offering us, we can go there and then we can connect to them, we can do the development there. So the development we can do in our local machine or development we can do in the cloud as well. So, but let's go with our local development now. So we can choose either of the options. However, we have the code repositories place. Meaning we have the code repositories there, which plays a vital role to keep our source code up to date and also to move the source code to the various environments, to deploy the source code at various environments. IDE or text editors definitely be the matter when we think about the local development. And there were various IDEs like Atom, Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code. There were a lot of IDEs we had. So my favorite IDE is always Visual Studio Code. I suggest you guys to go and then download it if you already have. Okay, then Chrome developer tools, however, we're gonna get them when we press F12 in the Chrome browser. We don't need to worry there. So Git repository is required. Git repository access is required is what I mean. Okay. Usually when you assign to any of the new project, right, you have to set up the code in your local. So you need the code repository. To connect to the code repositories, you need the Git client or source code repository, whatever you are using, that repository clients at least we do have. Then the important is what the node. The node is a backend server implementation for the full stack application. The backend meaning if we use the React.js or AngularJS, whatever is JavaScript based libraries or frameworks when we are using, they will depends on the server called Node.js. So we need to first install them to get the benefit of this node package manager. So the step one is always installing the Node.js. So Node.js installation is a straightforward step. So if you want to install the Node.js, go here, download Node.js download for Windows. So go here, just download. You can get either zip or either Microsoft installer, right? So you can download it and then just click on the next, it's gonna install. That's it. The straightforward installation step. I don't want to go into it actually, but it's a straightforward. And you can also see how to install this and all, but those are all not required. You can install it straightforward. Just click on the .exe, click on the next. That's it. It's gonna install. So once it installed, we just have to verify whether it installed properly or not by just typing open the cmd and just type npm. It will give us a lot of options. Yep. So it is giving a lot of options. So these options you can see npm install, npm test, npm run. So if you can see all these usage commands, that means the npm is ready, node package manager is ready. And also to check what version of the node you install, just type node space -v. Then you can get the Node.js version in. When the Node.js installed, you will get the node package manager. So that node package manager is very useful for us to manage the packages to download and also to maintain in our project. Perfect. It's just like npm, just like our Maven, you can consider. Perfect. Now, once the Node.js is installed, then next let us create the React application. So in React application, we have to follow the various steps and all. We'll follow. First, let us first create the React application. So how we can create the React application? Okay, so simple. In the latest, meaning from the React 17 onwards, what we'll do is go to your any of the drive, create a folder. In that folder, open the command. Once you open, then use npx node package extension manager, and then use create react app. But how this create react app utility will get? First, we need to this utility will get actually as part of this npm. No, we have to first install it. You can see step 1, install React module using the below commands. So npm install --save create -react -app. So first this module we need to install. Once this module is installed, then we can use that module and then create the application. That is the one way. If this module is not already installed in our machine, then we can use this npx node package extension, node package manager extension we can use. And then sorry, yes, let me just close all these browsers, all the other command activities. Let me close this. Yeah, so let me open the command prompt here one more time, and then we can use npx if this create react app is not already installed. So we can use npx create react app. Then give the name of the application. Let's say Shopify platform UI, Shopify platform UI, or Shopify platform app. Simple. So when we enter, it will ask us few things, or it will create. So very beginning time, it will ask few things to you, whether yes or no, you have to just choose, and then it will create. But many times I install in my machine, right? So it is not asking because the global settings were already configured in my machine. So it is not asking, but when you tried in your machine for the very beginning time, it will ask. However, now see installing the React-DOM and the React scripts with CRA template. So these are all the packages it is installing. So you can go and then um, see the application with the name whatever we have given a folder created. In this folder, a package.json file is created. This is just like our pom.xml. However, let's wait till it completes. Let me close this. So let me even close this, guys. So let me close all the unnecessary tabs and all. Give me a moment. This is the React documentation. Close this. This is Docker not required. This is also not required. And this is also not required. So this is the command line that we used. So it is creating a project, and the project dependencies, packages, libraries, everything. Let's wait for a while till it completes. It will take minimum 3 to 5 minutes. Let's wait till the time. Okay, me in the time it is installing. Let us go and then see about the IDE, what IDE we can use. As I suggested, go and then download the Visual Studio Code IDE. It's a beautiful IDE where we can also do a Java development or Python development or any development as well we can do. So go here, click on the download. Again, same story. Either you can download the zip file or you can download the MSI. Once it downloaded, then just double click on it or run it as an administrator. It's a just next process. Once it installs, you can see the Visual Studio Code IDE installed like this. Just click on open. Once you install the IDE, just click on the open. So when you open the IDE, you can't see it like this. In your case, it will be like complete black, something like this. So yeah, setting up the IDE. So it will be like black screen. See this? So the black screen you can see. So I changed the settings actually. Of course, this is up to you, but few other settings also we need to do to use the control assistance of the IDE. So for that, what we can do? Open Visual Studio Code IDE, go to extensions. So here are the extensions we have. And in the extensions, go to settings. Yeah, in the settings, first the text editor, workbench, windows, features, all are we have. So click on the extensions, and once you got the extension, type prettier code format. So just here, type the prettier. Okay. In my case, seems to be it is already at. One moment, guys. Settings, extensions. Yeah, here I have, not here. Extension side. So pretty. Yep, prettier. So we need to install this prettier. So click on this. Yeah. Okay. So this is the same one, right? Now click on the install. So this is the code format, which will help us to format the code. So once this is done, go to settings again, and we have to enable the text format. So these are the few settings that we need. So then what we can do, go to settings, text editor formatting. So not this extensions. Extensions is fine. Now go to settings, text editor. Sorry, let me just delete this one. Yeah. So text editor and formatting. We have to select this format on save. So format a file on save. When we do any changes, and if we press Ctrl S, it will be formatted. Okay, that's it. Then what are all the other settings we need to do? Yeah, perfect. These are the two settings that we need to do. Done. So we are good. By this time, probably our project also might have created. Let's go and then see. Yeah. Oh, it is still creating. Let's wait. So let's wait till it creates. Oh yeah, done. Success. The project is created. Success. created Shopify platform at this location, right? This is the location. So let us load that project in our ID. So go here, open folder, and the path, whatever we copied, just give it. Yep, that's it. The project is opened, right? So this is the project is what we created. So package.json is like our pom.xml file if you are the Java guys, right? Where you will mention all the libraries, whatever you want, and according to those get downloaded. What are the versions that got downloaded here? Those versions get logged here. So package-log.json will log the versions whatever got downloaded. If any version is updated, then this package log.json also gets updated. Okay, then you can see the SRC, public, and then node modules. For the Java guys, this node modules is nothing but your .m2 repository, where all your dependencies will be maintained, right? Similarly, in the case of the node applications, node underscore modules will be created either at the application level or at the global level. Global in the sense, like how we have the .m2 in the C users username .m2, right? Similarly, the node modules also we can create globally somewhere in the C folders or whatever, some global folder. Or else we can maintain them at the application level. Okay, so this contains what? The packages which we are using in our application, those will be maintained. And you can see the application structure. Public is one folder, SRC is one folder. If you can go to the public, we have this favicon.io. This is the some icon and index.html, right? You can see here the text written React app. You need to enable JavaScript to run this application. If there is no JavaScript enabled, so this message will be displayed for us. And two logos we have. So this is one logo, this is another logo. Then manifest.json, which includes the application name, this size of these favicon icons, the PNGs and all. If you want to change any size and all, we can do directly change here. Then this robots.txt, just what are the user agents that can be allowed to access this application is what will be mentioned here. So usually browsers are said to be user agents, right? So not only browsers, anything, whoever are trying to access this application are called as the agents. So all the agents, it is allowed. Perfect. That is a public live directory. Then go to this SRC. So source directory. So we have the CSS, app.css, and we have the app.js, app.test.js, index.css, index.js. Out of all these, the first very important is index.js. I will discuss about all these things, guys. Don't worry. But first, let us run this. So go to here, terminal, new terminal. And in the terminal, let us type npm start run. Oh, my bad. I have given the command run. So it is npm start run. So it will start. It is running. Let it start. So it is starting the application, meaning loading directly. It has been chosen the default browser in my application in my laptop, in my workstation, whatever the default browser I chosen. So it picked up that default browser and then displayed UI. See this? So we know this is an icon, right? Favi, some name is there, just an icon. So this icon is loaded. Carefully observe, please. Right, this icon. So where we are referring this icon, definitely. Are we referring it in the index.json? Yep, this is the icon index.json. So index.html file, right? So we are loading this icon. So, and also you can see, guys, please mute. Thank you. And this index.html, you can see, you can see head link and then the title. Oh, oh God, middle app clinic came. One moment, guys. My bad, I opened some different application. This is what our application is. So, okay, go to public index.html. In the index.html, you can see the favicon and you can see the title React app. So go here. The title, you can see the React app, right? So it is very clear that index.html has been loaded into the browser, right? So index dot which class do you teach this? What a bad question it is. I don't know which link you join, but this is the link for Microservices Integration with the React.js. If you joined in a wrong class, please leave and then join to the right class. But this is the class where we are discussing the microservices integration with the React.js. Someone asked me a question, what class you are teaching? Which class do you teach on this? I don't know what the question meaning. Yeah, okay. However, let's go back and then continue. Right. So it is very clear that um, index.html page has been loaded. But where is this message is coming from? Edit src app.js and save to reload. Right. So go here. Here just React app. And do you need to enable JavaScript? That's it. But from where that script is coming, that the text is coming. And remember, in the index.html, let me go and then trust. So this is what our React application. And in this index.html file is. Carefully observe one thing, div. This is very, very important. You can see one div here, right? With the ID as root. Okay? With the ID as root. Now, let's go back here. This is the index.html, nothing is here. Okay, now let's go to src index.js. This index.js is doing what? This index.js is doing what? React DOM.create root. So in the browser, it is creating a virtual DOM. In the browser, this statement is creating a virtual DOM by getting the root element from the document. Right? So document.getElement by ID. So in the browser, our index.html is loaded. This is the browser, React app. So in the browser, this page loaded. So in the browser, right, the browser have what? Document object model, DOM, right? So in the DOM, this index.html is loaded. Now what we are doing? This index.js is what it is doing. It is in the location where we have the root. So this place. It is creating a virtual DOM, and there it is rendering this app. What is this app? This app is a component. I'll explain about this going forward. So this is the message from where it is coming. Edit src app.js. So simply this message is rendering here. Correct? So whatever the message you can see here. So whatever the message you can see in the app.js, that message is rendering where we have the root in the index.html, where we have the root, right? So in the place of this root, this is display. So let's go back here, inspect. You can see here div id root, right? So div opened here and div closed. So div root, and here all the app.js code. You can see div class is equal to app. That means carefully observe these things. Whatever the written, right? Div class is equal to app. This entire thing is now attaching to the virtual DOM by creating and then attaching it to the this root. You can see. So div id is equal to root in our index.html. Let me go and then open them. So in our index.html, whatever this is here, right? So in this div by div, right? In div by div, this app.js data is simply displaying, is simply rendering this. Go here, copy this, paste it. Simply it is rendering this and then it is displaying for us in the browser. Are we doing that? No. It is the React is doing. We're not doing anything. Correct? So the React index.js file is what it is doing when the application is bootstrapping or loading the browser. First index.html is displaying. In that index.html, where the root div is there, in that location, it is displaying this app.js. But what we want, we don't want like this. What we want. Hope you got it right, how it is loading it. So we don't want like this. So we want something like this. Just let's go and let's build the UI structure or UI, whatever we want something like this. Let's say we Shopify an app and we need, let's say, home, right? And let's say categories, and let's say brand, right? And then here somewhere we have the profile, and you can see something called here the here you can see the profile, and also you can see logout, and here you can see settings, right? And we have to see data. So here we have to see the data, right? So this data, categories data or the brands data. This is what we want actually, right? So this is what we want. We don't want this. We don't want this default. So in order to do this, what we have to do? There were a lot of React.js concepts we have to use. Among them, the first concept is the component. React.js is offering us a component-driven architecture. So it is using the kind of a view helper design pattern. It is using the view helper design pattern. So meaning the complex UI we can divide into small modules called components, and those components can stitch together. We can group them together to build the complex UI again back. That's what the React is for. However, let us try to design this one. We don't need to do anything. We usually will have the UI designers, right? So I have the UI mockups, design UI, the UI people, designers, whoever designed, right? So that application I have. This is that application. But this application is for the healthcare. So let us just modify it and then use it for the e-commerce. So if we can just go and then see, we want something like this. Give me a moment. Services. No, not this one. Not this one. Let me showcase you the other one. Give me a moment, guys. So let me showcase you the other application. So we want that fashion. Okay, so let me just start the other application. So that UI is already I have. Just to make the time save, I'll use the already configured and existed application, but we'll modify it to the e-commerce platform. Okay, so let it start. Yep. So just let me call the dashboard. This is. So this is exactly what we want. So here the dashboard, we can use this to have the categories, brands, something like that. Okay. So how we can build this application? Ideally, the first page is this one. This is the first page. And from here, when we log in, right, then we have to go there. After login, we have to go to the dashboard. So this is the first rendered page that we want. Okay, so how we can do this? As I have shown, this is a website, static pages. This is home.html. This is what is this one. Now you may suggest one thing. So we have the index.html, right? Let's take it out and then use our home.html directly, right? So that's not the way we have to. Yeah, but let's start doing it. Meaning, let's start integrating this one. The first thing is what? Ours is HTML, but the React requires the JSX. JavaScript extension elements is what we need. So we have the online tools where we can convert the HTML text to JSX and then we can use it. Okay, however, to start with, first, what is the concept here? You can do one thing, you can see one thing here. This index.js is something have a method called render. So this is what it is rendering the UI in the index.html page. In the div, id is equal to root. So here it is. So here the data is rendered. Correct. So that means whatever we want the component with our look and feel, not like this app.js, but our component, whatever we want, we can develop that. So the first thing that everybody should have to know in the React is React components. So there are two kinds of React components: class components, functional components, function components, class components, and then function components. Two components we have: function and class components. So we can create a function component like this, and we can create a class component like this. However, so if you are from the development background, usually we love to go with this class component structure, right? Either way would fine, either class components or the functional components. Either way is fine. Okay, so now what we have to do? The step one, rather of.js, we can create our own component. That is the first thing. And that component we have to load here, simple. But if you can see, we have the various routes actually, correct? So carefully observe this. What are the various routes? Yeah, when we click on the login page should have to come. When we click on the sign up page should have to come. That means what? Some route should have to be happened, correct? So the first concept in the React is configuring the router. Configuring the router. So to configure the router, we have the module called browser router. We have the module called browser router. Browser router in React-router-DOM package. So we have to import this browser router, and in the browser router, we have to write our own router, application router. So in the application router, we can configure where to go, which component to go. Again, the concept here is the components should exist for us. That is the concept. Okay, cool. So what we'll do? So let's first go to this SRC and create the folders like components. Components. And let's create the components here. Here again, let's create the folders like home component. And then categories components. See this categories home and also the branch components. Okay, so first let us go and then construct the home component. So let me go here and then create the file called, let's say, home component.js. Okay, so we can go and see this home.js. So home component.js or home.js. Actually, we know, right? It is a component. I don't think, again, giving the name like component doesn't make sense. Let me just choose home.js. That's it. So we have the shortcuts actually to get these structure automatically. So I believe RF, RC, RF, RS, React, component,
RCFS.
RCS, right? RCFS, some command, let me look at.
RCF only.
RCA, no, it's not coming for me.
Enter
Okay.
it.
Oh, really? No, it's not coming. Actually, we should have to see this. We should
Sir,
have to see
RFC it.
RFC. Meaning, am I typing correct? RFCE or RFC? That's what it is not coming here. For me, it is not coming. Maybe I need to do something in my IDE. Okay, otherwise we'll write. We'll write it, no problem. So, but there were shortcuts actually. So those shortcuts will come. Um, yeah, those shortcuts should have to come actually. Okay, however, but let's first write the components. So how we can write the components? Either we can write the class components or the functional component. So let us write the class component. Either way is fine. See, export class component name extends component. So again, this component is from where the React. So we need to first import the React and then the component from this React. This React also no need to extend, but we need to import, just import component from React. And finally, whatever the home we have, right, that we need to export. However, we are here exporting. If we don't export, then we can use this export to default. Okay, let's just go back to our code and then write class home extends component. Yes, it imported. And every component will return something. Every component will return something. Right? So every my bad. Every component will render something. So this is a component lifecycle. As part of the component lifecycle method, we have the render. So in the render, we will return something. This is the structure of it. And here we need to export whatever the component. By default, let us export. That's it. So class home extends component. So class home extends component render method. This render method will return something for us. So which we can render in the um, div. Div id is equal to root is there, na? Index.html. So there it will render something. Just let me type something called let's say p by p. Just let me something. Oh, sorry. What? Let me use div by div. Okay. Oh, something went wrong. One moment. One moment. Return maybe. Have I taken the right one? Oh, the return should be a function. It's a block actually. This one moment, guys. So return. Yeah, return. Let's use the div. Perfect. So this is what the right one. So this will return, and whatever it is returning will render. So this black will be rendered. This is the right. Okay. So now let's take paragraph. This is home page. Now what we'll do is let's use this component, home component, in our index.js. So rather than this one, let's use our component. What our component? Home. Home is our component. See, it's automatically gets imported. Okay, so let me stop the other application and then just run this one. npm start. So we have to say this is home page or this is home something like that. Then in that home page, we'll build our UI, whatever the UI we want, right? So that UI will build. Let it be. Let's wait for a while till it come back. Starting the server. Let it come. Yeah, see this? This is the home page. So that means what? Our component got rendered. Right? Whatever we have taken, right? So that component. So now what we'll do is this component, home component, right? So rather than having this is home page, so this website will render it back. So this website, right? So whatever this um, index.html is there, right? So sorry, whatever this home.html is there, this entire HTML that is written. Okay, then what will happen? This website will be written for us there. Okay, so what we'll do there? First, the assets and then the forms are required. So let's copy these assets and then forms. Go to here, go to here, go to public, and just paste them. Yeah. So assets and then forms we were pasted. Then what is required to here? What is required to uh, paste under this div? This HTML. But this HTML sometimes the class names are little different. JSX, for example, here class we are using, but JSX will understand only class name. It will look for this. It will look for this one. So wherever we have the class, it looks for the class name. But as it doesn't find the class name, it will throw us an error. So that's the reason we need to convert this into the JSX format. So for that, we have the online tools. Okay, so online convert HTML to JSX, right? So yeah, HTML to JSX, or so we have the plenty of the tools here. Okay, so what we want actually? Okay, this HTML is not required, but this head by head, um, okay, the entire will take. Okay, so till this body, paste it here. So this is the JSX we got. Okay, so copy this JSX whatever we got and go to here home.js, just paste it here. That's it. Okay, so it is compiling. Let it compile. So compilation issues that we got. Okay, so webpack compiled with one warning. That's okay. Now let's see. What is this? Is this what? Or okay, so let's go back. It compiled, but not yet started. Webpack compiled with one warning. So there is a warning. App is defined, never used. src index.js. Okay, so few things here we need to look into it. Yeah, few imports we have, right? So let us not take them. So whatever these imports we have, right? So this meta and whatever these imports, link, right? This link style sheets and whatever this JSX, right? Let us not import it here. Okay. So what we will do is let's take them, go to index.html and let's put it here. Okay. So whatever the link references we have, those link references, let's not take here. Let's take it out from here. Yeah, so whatever the link references so far we have, so let's take it out, all these things. Yep, till here. Okay, so just Control X, go to index.html and go all the way down. After this link, just paste it. So this is not required, whatever we have here. And this is also not required. That's it. Okay, this is one change. Then the next change is go to again Node.js. Go to the JavaScript. Whatever we have. Oh, one moment. What we have. So this is all the static HTML, right? We copied. So let's see what happened now. Go back to here. So it's still loading. Yeah, still there is some issue. Okay, favicons, accounts, Google Fonts, some issue. So it is keep on loading. That means some issue. So let's go back and let's take out. See, it converted to class name. Wherever the class we have, it converted to class name. Just scroll down. Footer we have. Looks good. So let's go back and then see what happened. Inspect. Hey, I can already use the application, whatever I have, and then start the integration. But you guys have to know, right, how to start from the very scratch. That's the intention. I'm starting from here. But however, you can see there were some issues. DOM found two elements with non-unique ID and with non-unique ID email. Of course, um, this is fine. Input type. So there are a couple of things we need to change, but that's okay. So UI is not rendered for us, and I don't see the much issues here. Let me go back to the Chrome browser. This is the all-time favorite. Go to inspect. Go to network. Sorry, console. And here also we have the no evidence of the issues we have. Okay, a form field element should have an ID and all. Okay, seems to be a couple of changes we need to do to the UI. Okay, so what I do is rather than doing these changes by myself here, which will take the time, I already have the components designed. Okay, so let me go and then get them in my other application. So let me go and then first create this header.js and then footer.js, body.js. So here in the home, let me create few more JS like like header.js and then create body.js and then let me create footer.js. That's it. So header.js, what I'll do is I have all the code with me. That code I'll paste here. Just let me glance you through. Same code, whatever we have in the HTML, but I divided it into the three parts, right? Header, footer, and then the body. Okay, let's go to the footer part and then copy whatever is there. Yes, and let me go to the body part. Whatever I have, let me copy this. Go to body, paste it, and here let's see. Welcome to the Shopify. And okay, so here is a unique e-commerce solution, something, anything you can say. That's it. So now header, footer we prepared, and in the home, what I'll do is let's import them. The first is header, right? So header.js. Let me import this component. Next is the body, and next is the footer. That's it. Okay, so now it will recompile. Let it be. So Webpack compiled successfully. Let's go back. Okay, so there is a compilation issue. Body is not defined. Okay, so body is not defined. Okay, so let's go back here. Why the body is not defined? Okay, yep, body is not defined in the sense it's not imported. Let us import it. Okay, now it imported properly. Then it might got resolved. You can say it now. Perfect. Welcome to Shopify app, a unique e-commerce solution. Of course, this look and feel and all we have to change. That's we can do over the period. It's not the matter. Okay. So this middle app logo and all we can change. It's not the matter. Now next is what? So what I did is, just to save the time, I already have the piece of the code with me. So this use HTML is there, right? This use HTML will divide it into three parts. So whatever the header part is there, right? This header part. So this header part, we moved into header.js. And whatever the body part is there, right? So that body part, we moved into body.js. Footer part, we moved into footer.js. That's it. And the three components, we group it together in the main component, that is home component. Perfect. Now home component have the three components loaded. Header, body, and then. Okay, so what is the use of export home? The use of export home is to use it anywhere. For example, this home we exported. So as we exported, we were able to use it here in the other file, that is index.js. Not only here, the meaning of the benefit of the export is to use it in other components. For example, header is there, right? So what we did, we exported it. So we exported it to use it in the other component called home. You can use it here. Okay. So export the component, meaning we can use it anywhere throughout the application. That's the benefit of it. Okay. Fine. Fine. This is done. Now next is what? So go here. Next is what? When we click on the login, right? It should have to go to login.js component, and we have to get this login page here, isn't it? So when we click on the sign up, it should have to display the sign up page for us from the sign up component. How do we get them? So here we need the dynamically rendering based on the route. If the route is login page should have to display. If the route is sign up page should have to display. If the route is dashboard, the dashboard we have to display. Correct? So we need to configure the router. So how to configure the router? Carefully observe. We have the browser router module. So what we can do in our index.js, by default, it is like this. Render strict mode by strict mode. Here, we have to comment everything, not strict mode. It will be router mode. Strict mode will always go to a single page, right? And only go to one component. But now it is not strict mode. We should have to go to the router mode. So what we can do now, browser router by browser router. And this render is taking two arguments, if you can see. So this render, here it is taking only one argument, right? But now we can use another overloaded method of the render, which will take the two arguments. So one is the router. Second one is this document.getElement by ID. Earlier we used like this document.getElement by ID is here, right? But now we can use React DOM, right? So rather than using root.render, this is also fine. We can use this also, or we can use like this React DOM. Okay, however, let's use, as we already got loaded this, we can go with this render method. So what we can do is we can use browser router. Just type browser router. It should come actually. So probably the package we need to install. Maybe I'll try to import it in the beginning here. And then if it is not available, then we'll install. Import browser router module from React-router type. From, let me first check, we have, so we don't have the React router down. So let us first install it. Okay, we need to install this in our package manager, meaning in our node modules, we don't have it. So let's first install npm install --save react router down. Let's install it. So it is installing. If it installed, we can see it here. Now React, right? React router, where we can see this React, see this React router. So now we have this contains what? Browser. So we have, yep, server.js. Yep, we have the components. Let's see. Um, as it is now available, probably we can use it now. Yep, you can see browser and browser. Yep, browser router is now available. So this browser router is looking for what? Our application specific router, meaning the router configurations. Basically, it is looking for. So what we can do? So we can write like this application router, right? So we can write this router. So what we can use here? We can use switch and then route. Switch and then route are the modules from the React router. Okay. So let us first write the router. So what we can do? Router is we can write here. So it's not in the, no need to be inside the components. It's not in a functional component, right? So let's go here and then create the route here. App route. So we can take it as either a class component or a functional component. Either is fine. So let's take the functional component, or either is fine. That's okay. Let's take app router. Again, so we have the render, right? And in the render, we have the return. Here we can take the switch, right? Just let me double check. Oh, it's no need to be render, just need to be written. So no need to be render, just need to be perfect. So switch, just let me go here. Switch should be capital, not small. So be careful. The switch should be capital, not small. There is a JSX function as well. So we don't need that. We need what the React component. So import. What we need to import? Switch from React --. This is that switch. In the same switch, we have the route. So route is, so in the route, we can type either exact path or the pattern path, whatever it is. So in the route, right? So route by route, or in the route, we can write exact pattern like this, or the path matching pattern. Okay, so let's see here. First, what is the incoming request, right? Path is equal. Let's say the path is equal to home. So when the path is equal to home, which component it should have to go? It should have to go to home component. That's it. This is one route. This is one route. And let us also write one more route. If it is just a slash, so if the path is just a slash, then even it should have to go to home component. Okay? If the path is just a slash, then even it should have to go to home component. The router is just like, if you are the developer, like backend developer, you will write the controllers, right? Controllers nothing but your components. So this router nothing but your dispatcher servlet or kind of web.xml file, something like that. The router in the sense is usual. Whatever the incoming request we are getting, it is whatever the incoming request coming, it just forwarding it to a particular component. You just route it basically. Okay, this app router we have to use in our index. Oh, we have to export, right? So function, so we need to export default app router. So this app router, now when we exposed, we can see here. That's it. Now we have the router is in place. So what this router will do when this index.jsp file will get load in document.getElement by id root of index.html, whatever the route it is coming, right? So that route specific component will be rendered. Let's verify this. npm starter. Let's wait till it. Okay, so it is starting. Let's verify. Yeah. So whatever the route we have, so slash we have, right? Slash, or so it should have to go to our home component. Okay, it is not going. Let me give slash. It's not going. Let me give home. Oh, so we got the issue. Export switch imported as switch was not found in the React router DOM. Possible exports, what it is there? Browser router, hash router, link router. Okay. Yep, you can see it was not there. Do you see switch? No. What it is saying? It is saying either we have the link router, either we have the browser router. Okay, so no problem. Let's go to React router. Let's go to the React.js docs. We can see the router. React router. Doc. Okay, so this is the JSX. Started. Just let me click on this getting started. They will give us how to use this route. create a browser router. There we can pass this path and all. Okay. So in React 18, so we have this way. Whatever the way I have shown, right, that is React 7. So this is the React 17. Let's go and then see package.json. One moment, guys. Let me find it out. The version. User event. React scripts 5.0.1. React router DOM 5.2.0. Now, what it is? Yeah, 6.21. Right? So it is the upgraded. So that doesn't have this one. So then what we can do? We can use this browser router like this. This is the way we have to create our, uh, create our things, and we have to use a router provider, not browser router. We have to use a router provider. This is the way we can use. Okay, cool. So let's go and then change um, our code. So go to index.js. Rather than this browser router, we can use again this router provider, right? And then here router is equal to our app, app router. Now go to app router. In the app router, it shouldn't be the switch. Rather, what we can do is in the app router, we can just say uh, this is the one. Create a browser route. One moment, guys. App router return. So rather than this, we can do this one. Or else, rather than this app router, can go back to index.js. Now we can take this constant here. One moment. Routes root. We can take it into some other file as well. One moment, guys. Let's go to app router. Here itself only we can take. So, but we can take it as browser router. Okay. So browser router by browser router. Here we can take route by route. Yep, it is valid. So in the route, we can take path is equal to slash and then component is equal to home. This is valid. Similarly, in the route, it is slash home, we go to home. Yeah, seems to be this is valid. Let's go and then verify. Oh, what is this? Cannot read properties of undefined reading location. Static bundle.js. Hi, we got this. Okay, it is going to home, right? It is going to home. See this? Let's see slash. So it is coming to that home dot. It is going home, but it is giving something wrong in the router provider, right? So we configured something wrong in the router. So let's go and then see what it is. One moment, guys. Let me look at this error. React.js. I'm sure the routing we are configuring is not with the latest version of it. So a route is only ever to be used as the child of the routes. Okay. So router by router, then routes by routes. This is what we need to use. Go here, not browser router. Okay. So just let's import this router, import these routes, and of course ours is home. That's it. And also let's take /home. Perfect. Let's go to here. Still not coming. Still not coming. Same issue we got. In my case, fix that issue. Yep, this is the package they are using, but I don't think. Yeah, so with the latest version, we got this issue. One moment, guys. Let me look for the other options. Yeah, we configured properly. Div text. Yeah, router by router. Try to wrap the app in the route like this. Yes, we have the same. Okay. So router by router. Just let's try to wrap it here. Oh no, this is not the good one actually. We need the route. So this is not the way. Okay, so this is not the way. We need the incoming URI path. This doesn't help us. Switch is not using actually. No, this is not helpful for us. Let me look at for the React. Let me look at the React documentation. I did not catch it, guys. Let me do this React JS down. 6.4. Yeah, this is the way they are giving import create browser router provider route link from React router down, creating the constant and using here. Okay, we'll use this. But we have to use create route from the React DOM. Okay, better I will use the downgraded version, guys. Whatever this 5.2.0 is there now, so let me use that one and then let me go with the switch version. Okay, I think that is the more comfortable and the best way. Of course, latest things are definitely we need to incorporate, but for now, just let me not to go with the 6 dot something version of the React router. Okay, so let me just downgrade the React router down version. Go to package.json. Let me use this one, but not this one. Uh, you know, one more error we got. App is undefined. App router.js. Okay. So this is app router. Perfect, but still it is reporting the error saying that it did not found. Imported switch was not found in the React router DOM. Okay, so I have included, but I have not installed, right? So just let me say npm install. npm install. So whatever the React scripts were there, right? So we need to install the React scripts of 5.0.1 and sorry, React router DOM 5.2.0 we need to install. Okay, let me just go and then verify whether we have this available in our node modules. Just let me scroll down. Scroll down, React router module. Yeah, React router down, modules. Yeah, browser router now we got. Okay, this is the browser router. We got it, but yeah, browser router, yes, which have the router, but which we don't have, right? Utils, we don't have the switch here. Do we? Oh yeah, we have the switch. Perfect. Now switch we got it. Okay, so I downgraded it to the version 5.x. Let me now start it. So these are the user problems to get, guys. Correct. No, not backend actually. We are not dealing with the backend, guys. Whatever the request that will give in the UI slash home, it will go to home component. It's not the backend. Still, we are at the React side of it, correct? So let's go and then verify. Let's see. It shouldn't take this much of time for sure. Something went wrong, I believe. That's where it is taking the uh, time. Okay, this is again the problem. Starting development server. Okay, let it start. Still not started. Okay, fine. Let's wait. Let's wait. It said starting development server. So let it start. Oh, yeah, we got the issue. Export router provider imported as router provider was not found in React router DOM. So go to index.js. Here, whatever this router provider, now we don't have this, isn't it? Because we downgraded, right? We downgraded, so we don't have it. Just let's go back to our earlier mode. Yep, this is the perfect. This is the right mode because we downgraded. Okay, so now let's go and let's see. Okay, home is defined but never used. Okay, let's go and then type slash and type home. So it's not coming. The route is not working. Let's go to app router slash home. When we say it, it will asking to go to home, but it's not coming. Okay, but let's go and then see what's the issue. No issue, even it seems to be not an issue we can see. So let me go to sources. One moment, guys. Let me go to elements, body by body, Google font, CSS. Nothing render actually, right? See this body div by div, nothing rendered. Something went wrong. Let me go back and then look at it. What went wrong? Go to index.js. So we have used browser router from React router down. That's true. Then app router. Hmm. Then app router to which route? Okay, here it is the wrong. Components are correct only. Components /home component. Okay, what else? What else we can see? One moment, guys. Let me debug it. Uh, okay, one more thing is React route. Since React down, so total we need to change. One moment, guys. So let me look at the older one. React route down. I don't have it. 5.2.0 React 6.0. This worked well. These two worked well actually. Started debug. No, actually, see, the route is not pending. What we can get in debug mode, if any issue we have, it should have give us actually. I'm pretty sure, guys. React DOM is 18, but router DOM is 5.2.0. It's not working. It's not working. Okay, let me just dig it. React.js router DOM switch not working. Let's see why the switch is not working. In order to use V6, you will need to convert all your elements to routes. You need to replace component element with a route. Oh, yeah, this is true. Okay, rather component, we have to go with the element. Okay, but element is not here. So it is under, okay, got it guys. This will work for us. Router by router and then routes and then routes and here this will work for us. I'm sure. Routes is not defined. React router down, right? React router down. Okay, okay. Let's also import the route. So imported as routes was not found in React router down. So now I need to upgrade it. So guys, let us go back and then upgrade it. Whatever the latest we have. Control Z. Okay, okay. Let me go with this updated one. Again, we'll see npm install. It is not always good idea to play with the package.json guys. So, but if you want to downgrade or upgrade the packages, that's the only way. But it's not recommended. Okay, let's now start npm start on. Any React experts, you can also suggest what is going wrong here. Okay, so if you already learned the React or if you want to suggest anything, you can suggest actually. Because you might have learned the latest versions, right? That's what. Okay, starting the development server. Let's wait. Can't resolve React router down dot min in a source. Okay, guys, the only solution for this is go to node module in the Explorer and um, the remove the React router down. That's the only thing, and then install it. That's it. Let me do it. Yep. Let me delete this. Okay. Now let me again install. Now we can see the React router down with the latest version. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. Now let's see React router down we got. Yeah, we got it. Okay, we got it. Now let's go and then start it. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. What is the error again? Cannot resolve React-router-down CJS module not found. Let me look for this error and then install the respective one. Okay, so npm install React router down one more time would solve the problem. Okay, let's install it one more time. It's already there for us, right? But let us install one more time. Maybe any dependencies, maybe module dependencies will get down. Let's see. Okay, let's wait. Mm. Still, we got the same problem. Okay, we go back. Okay, let me delete this React router down. Yeah, it is deleted. No, I don't have the React router down. So just let me install it one more time. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, still we have the same problem. Cannot resolve React router DOM, React router DOM dot min in platform SRC. What is this? Platform SRC index.js where we used this. Okay, this React DOM client is not required. This app also not required for us. This vitals also not required. Home is also not required. That's it. Browser router, app router. That's it. These are all the only things we want. And this also. Let's see. React DOM. Oh, React DOM is not specified. Okay. Oh, React DOM is required. This CSS, app, vitals, home. These are not required. This vital is not. Cool. Now let's see. Okay, same problem we have. That is React router DOM dot min was not for. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, let's do this forcefully install something otherwise. So once we disturb the things right, so it's not working as expected because mixed versions of the um, libraries got downloaded. Just let me delete this React router down. Oh, okay, it's not there already. It's fine. Okay, let's see. Forcefully, we are installing the React router DOM components, meaning the packages. Let's see.
No, it's
Oh,
there, sir.
it's there.
Yes, sir. In
Oh,
the
yeah,
below.
it's there. Yeah, React router DOM. Okay, okay. Let's delete it and then let us reinstall. Okay, it's deleted now. Let's go back and then reinstall. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Let's go back. React. Do you see anywhere? Yep, here it is. Okay, but do you see? Oh yeah, 11:26. Fine. Okay, cool. So let's start it again. npm's. So once this UI setup is done, then we can focus on the backend calls. using the auxiliary left. Oh my god, module not found. Again, the same issue. Okay, not an issue.
Sir, it is giving this some suggestions like whenever we install the DOM, so there is a npm audit -4 something is given, sir. So shall we try that in case maybe?
That is just giving us few or funded packages for them.
Vulnerabilities kind of.
So just giving us that adding. So let's not worry about it, but we'll do one thing. Let me delete this node modules. But it will take little time again to build this node modules with all the packages. That's the only drawback, but let's do that. So as we disturbed this package.json file, we got all these issues. Let it. Okay, so we'll do one thing. Let us install this node modules one more time and then take a break for just 5 minutes. Then we'll be back by the time this node modules maybe got to install. Maybe we'll get installed. Let's see. Okay, now go here. Yes, let's say npm install. Now what it will do, whatever the package.json have, right? The dependencies, packages and all. So it will try to fetch from the node package manager. It is from the repository available over the internet. So from there, the package manager, node package manager, fetch the dependencies from the React package manager, which is available on the web, and then keep it up in our node underscore folder. Let's see. We got React got you. Yeah, React router down we got. Okay, let's see this time what will happen. Okay, so let's not disturb this. Let it download. Okay, I'll be in mute, guys. Then once it's done, okay. So seems to be it installed all the package modules. Now let's start run. Okay, let's see this time what will happen. Okay. Oh, we got the same problem. Okay, folks, I'll come back by fixing this issue tomorrow. Yep. So Webpack compiled with one error and one warning. Here it is. Switch is defined but never used in app router.js. So seems to be something being okay. This is okay. Switch is used but never the switches define never. This is fine. Doesn't the it's not the problem, I believe, but the problem is something else. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's not the problem. The problem is something else. Okay, module not found error. Where in app router patches can't resolve React router DOM CJS React router DOM min. What it is doing is in the React router DOM. Let me go to our application node modules. React router DOM. Yeah, in the React router DOM, it is looking for um, the package called CJS. We don't have it. Yeah, this is what is the problem we are getting. Let me try this directly. Route. Go here. Go here. One element. So this is not the master in our case. This did you observe this router is the problem? Router is from this CJS module, which is not there for us. The router is the problem. Okay. Okay. Now let's see this. Webpack compiled with one warning. A route is only ever to be used as the child of routes element. Never rendered down. Please wrap your route in the routes. But when we use the routes again with the issue, I believe. But okay, let me use the routes. So what is suggesting? It should be wrapped under the routes by routes. Okay. Now webpack compiled with one warning. Okay, let's see. Awesome. Excellent. Now it came. Right? Perfect. So this is the code piece. Now what we'll do is let's go and then use /home here. Yeah, perfect. So when we type /home, yes, this is exactly what we are looking for. Okay, fine. This route is working fine. Then what the next route? Login. So when we click on this login, right? So login route is what we need to configure. So in order to configure the login route, we need the login component. So what we can do is create one folder called login. In the login, let us create login.js component. And this component, uh, this is not working, but it's okay. Export class login extend component RAM. Okay, extends component, and this component have what render method for us, and this render method should return some kind of JSX element. So we can export default div by div just say login page. Okay, go to home. So we need to import this component. Okay, fine. Let's go and then reload. So we need to map the route. Oh, sorry. So in app router, let's take the route. What is the path? Let's say the path is, if the path is login, let's ask to go to login actions. Perfect. So let's start our node package manager in application once. Okay, fine. Let me close others. Now click on login. Perfect. Login page. Come here. Okay, so this is cool. Now we will build the login page. This also we can take it off actually. Favicons. Where is our index.html? From the index.html, we can just remove it. Go to index.html. These are all not required. Right, so this is what it is printing. So let's take it off. Cool. So login page comes here. Now what we'll do? That login page will use header and footer. Correct? The same header and footer we have. How it is the login page. So use the header. Use the footer. Now go here. So header we got, and this is the footer we got, but the body is being displayed in the body. Okay, so fine. So let me use NagoorBabu here. Just that's fine. It's not displaying here because the header and footer are combined, but we can see, yeah, login page one. Oh, so you can see even here as well. Somewhere it is printing actually, but that's fine. So that is not the way we have to print. That's okay. We don't have to worry. Okay, so header and footer are mixed actually, but we don't want it. So we want a login page. Okay, so here the login page should have to come to us. So what we'll do is now we'll create one more component called login page component. Okay, so in the login, carefully observe, in the login, we have the login.js, and then let us create one more login page component, or whatever the login page script is there, right? Meaning the HTML content, we can add it in here as well to display the login page. So what I'll do is already we have the login page. So just to save the time, I'm using already the existing one. So let me go here, login.js. Okay, so this is the login script. Okay, header, footer. So what I'll do is better let me create one more login page.js. So again, we can import the component and let me write export function login page extends component. This is extends. Sorry, it's a class, right? It's not the function. Okay, so we have both the render method. This will return a block of code. Perfect. And let us export. So what we'll do is, whatever the login script, we can go to this page. It is somewhere. Let me. It is. I take this from some other project code. What I mean to say is, this I'll take it in this section. Okay, so section and then section. So I'll keep it here. Perfect. And what else this start state and all just will remove this. This is not required for us at this moment. Just a plain HTML, let's say. Okay, so email and then password. Forget password. This button clicks and all again will do. Will not worry. Okay, I think this is not good. Now go to login.js. Here I load the component code page. That's now go to UI. You can see it here. Login page. So this login page, okay, the look and feel is not good, right? The section container, this container. I think we can let me just remove these two. You just CSS stuff actually. You don't need to worry about this. I believe you just may take it out and then see how we can go into somewhere else. Okay, so at least this section let me take out. Okay, that's fine. Let's not worry about it. Our intention is not to worry about it. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do is, here our API is not accepting the email. So if we can go here, our authentication API is accepting what? Username, not the email. So let us change it to username. Go here, not email. Let us change it to username and password. Okay, so username and then password. So when we enter the username and when we enter the password, when we click on the login, then our backend calls happen and we have to get that token. Then this token we have to store it the browser side, or we can keep it any other distributed cache and then we can use it in the subsequent calls. So that part we will see tomorrow, guys. Okay. So tomorrow what we'll do is we'll get that we'll see this API call. Okay, because this UI is done. This is good. And tomorrow, once we log in, then we'll go to the dashboard. The dashboard also I'll prepare on the part, readily available. But this API call we'll see tomorrow. That's all from my side for today. Any questions for me? Yeah, someone asked one question actually. So that means the JWT token we can't store. We'll just let me read that question actually. And some question, nice question he asked. I don't know if he is here or not. He left, but let me read that question and then answer it. One moment, guys. I'm just reading that question. So we usually don't store JWT token. JWT has inbuilt mechanism to verify token internally, right? No, that is not right. JWT token have what? JWT token have the claims. The claims nothing but what? Claims nothing but the subject who have been logged in and then the expiry of the token, right? And maybe other attributes we have. So maybe user attributes, or if you want, we can include actually. So I mean to say, let me go here, decode this JWT code. Go to here, JSON token windows. Yeah, you can see what this JWT contains is the subject to whom the token has been issued, and what is his um, role or authorization, what it is, and audience. This is the application is the audience, and this is expired, not valid before and not valid after, and then expiry date. Okay, the token contains it, but what we need to expire when we give the request. Let's say we are calling categories here, assume. So we are giving the token like this. This token we are giving like this, right? So when it hit the server time and the token, for example, token is valid till next 1 hour, and now I am hitting the server. Then what we have to do? We have to compare both. What is the server time currently? What is the time that is there in the token? Both, meaning the current time is less than the token time, then yes, token is valid. If the token is valid for only 1 hour, that is still maybe 12 p.m. But we are giving the request to the same token after even 1 p.m. Then our token should not work actually, right? It definitely won't work. So now the answer for the question is JWT token have the expiry, but it doesn't manage the check off the expiration internally. That's the developer. Hope it is clear, I believe. Any more questions, guys?
So, hello, sir.
Yeah, very good afternoon.
Yeah, very good afternoon, sir. So here this JWT token will be managed inside WSUIT, right? So where we will maintain the expiry of that token, correct?
Correct. So at the WSUIT side, we can go and then set the token expiry things and all. This is the basically the security guys will take care of it, like who are managing this IAM. There were separate IAM administrators in the organizations. So those guys will manage. For example, if we can go to the service providers list, yeah, here it is, and edit. So here we can manage the token time and all. So go to sorry, my bad. Inbound authentication, auth to OpenID, click on this edit. So here we have the token time. What is access token expiry and all. So whatever we update, that will come in the token. So if we update it to, this is the seconds, right? 3600 seconds instance, maybe 8 hours. I'm not sure. If we convert it to seconds to hours, yeah, it is 1 hour. So our token is valid for 1 hour. So after 1 hour, the token will get expire automatically. Don't consider, don't know. This token is not the expire, not the valid times. So it don't recognize.
Sir, so that guy was like asked question. Usually we don't store JWT token. I think he was asking related to Redis because we are dumping that token into Redis, right, sir? So
without storing, actually, without storing, the problem is what, if we don't store the token, we have to every time go to IAM. So from here, we have to go to IAM for every call, right? For example, get categories, put categories, post categories, list all categories, delete category, edit category. Every time, thousands of calls will go to the WSO2 just for validating the token, which is not good, correct? So that is the reason we are storing the token here and then checking the expiry. If in case we feel that the token is really expired, then we'll go to IAM and then double check. Hey, according to my validation, this token is not valid. Then we'll go to the IAM and then ask it, is it really valid? If it says, no, this is not valid, that's good. We'll go back and then throw the error. Otherwise, we'll do something in our code to make it work at both the ends as the same. That is the developer's job, basically. But without storing the token. The problem is every time when we embed the token in the request and then come to the category service or brand service, these services should have to go to IAM server to check its validity or the token is real token or
Yeah.
that is a lot of round trips.
So due to this, there might be latency. So we'll get so that will
Obvious.
okay.
Obvious.
Okay, sir. Yeah, got it, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Token means cache, right? No, token doesn't mean cache. Token mean this one, right? So this long string is called as a token. And the cache is this one. This is the cache. In the cache, we are storing the token. So see the diagram? Yeah. This is the cache. In the cache, we are storing the token. Right? Okay, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We'll connect back tomorrow at the same time. And then any upcoming Java real-time projects, sir? Chiru, not yet actually, but if any such plans, we'll definitely let you all guys know. But as of now, no such plans from. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, this is Arun. Did you remember, sir?
Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
How are you, sir?
Good. Going good.
So after a long time, actually good contents are actually. So I really felt and I follow only you because of the documents, whatever it is, whatever the content you are telling. This is the even interviews are with a shock. Really, this is your experience or more? Tell me the reason. That I felt really, I'm very happy, sir. Even all the things what are learning from you, sir.
Great. It's all your
Yeah.
hard. It's all your hard. Yeah. Thanks.
But
Thanks, sir.
yeah, really, sir. Whenever they're asking, tell me how you're handling the gateway level, whatever the things we're configuring, I mean, custom routes and whatever it is, maybe a code, maybe on the YAML file. I'm telling the both of the differences and heavily. Tell me how many projects you're working. Really, you have 2 years? They're
That's
shocking,
it.
sir, actually.
Yeah, of
You
course.
were,
This much of architecture wise and all. Actually, whatever I'm not showing is very little, but there will be a
hmm.
very huge as well.
But one interviewer, that is the CTO, I think he's asking the role basis, whatever you are handling in the WS42, how it will be finding the role and whatever the permissions and how it will be pre-auth and post-auth will be happen whenever accessing the remaining, I mean like a maybe category, maybe any services. Tell me about that. He asked me, sir. That time I stuck actually. So,
Because we didn't discuss our class, there is a permission evaluator class we need to write.
haha,
That is different story. And
haha,
however, when we enable the RBAC, we need to write one. Just note down this word and then type somewhere you can get actually. Sprint security,
haha,
we have a permission evaluator. So we have to write a class which extends the permission evaluator
hmm,
that have a method called, if I remember correctly, that have a method called has role.
hmm,
So that method we have to override and we have to set the roles. So whatever the rules we set there,
hmm,
those roles we can get using the RBAC expression using at the rate has role. So usually on the controller level, controller method levels, we'll write at the rate has
hmm,
role, right? That has permission.
hmm.
So that as role, at the rate has the role. Now we'll have the role whatever we were set up in our permission evaluator.
Okay.
So access token, we have to extract the roles and then set it up in the permission evaluator. Those will be available again against the annotations and all. So
Oh,
this is again definitely be a different complexity of the uh, of stuff actually. But
yes,
I
yes.
did
So,
that's
he
what.
asked me, we completely security, if you are giving to you can handle in our my project. There is a one more senior is there. You
Mm,
can both together to handle entire. He asked me actually,
mm,
if you are using the WS42. Uh, that's why, sir. I sometimes I felt I asked to the complete WS42 for the one maybe a course, maybe anything. if your server will be conduct completely like any Kafka weekend badges, like a similarly in the WSO completely, then we can learn definitely even one person, maybe your product, like a student, any I'm your product, so I can handle completely if you're any challenge. So any project, I felt so many times same thing.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Now,
So after CTO said, okay, fine, maybe we'll see. He said, there is a CEO round also is there. There is a startup product based. So 6 years they said they started a product based company. But I'm thinking about it there actually. Uh,
good. Product-based companies are always good, but in startups, we need to little careful. That's
mhm,
fine. Work-wise, we get a lot. Maybe
mhm.
there were complexities. However, that's a good experience.
Yeah, sir. Really, up to sometimes they're coming. I saying I'm a, senior. They're preparing who are the preparing the documents, right, sir, for the new features. Uh,
Mm.
those also coming the interview. They're also asking a lot of questions. Okay for 2 years. They're asking this many people are coming to this many rounds is required.
Yeah. Startup.
Mostly, they're asking security level only, sir. Whatever the I mean, the microservices design patterns you are using, that is secondary.
Mm. Mm.
Focusing on the security level mostly. How we are securing our services, that is important. They're saying.
Because all the microservice calls are the network calls. So security is definitely the matter because React application will be in the browser
Hmm,
and these are at somewhere else.
hmm,
So we will give the call from here to here. So in the middle,
hmm.
there will be DOS attacks, DDoS attacks, man in the middle attacks, lot of attacks can occur.
Yes.
So everyone will now worrying about how we can handle the security at the microservices level.
Hmm.
So that is the famous question, and definitely they will ask. Basically, they need it.
Yes.
Good, actually, you guys are at least managing a little bit. Right.
Really, sir. I felt so many times I want completely learn this WSO to user management, how the thing will be happen internally or maybe externally, how we do. So even one project you want to handle, if like the same question will come, yes, I can. I want to be ready to that much of things, sir. Every day I'm do this lot of R&Ds. But one thing, when I do the forget password, unfortunately I'm not able to get from the WSO to whatever the document I read it from the there also I do the sum of the changes according to the document. I felt so many those things only, sir. But the in the coming to the point of your application, the role basis, how it will be post pre-auth will be happen. Those things also they're asking. I'm stucking sometimes.
Yeah, if possible, I'll conduct one coming session if possible, but I'm not sure. I'll try to conduct one session on the
Sir,
security.
if it is not possible also, if you have any your code, something you're letting the GitHub, that is also very helpful, sir. Really, because of we are analyzing the things, that's enough.
Mm.
That is very properly. I when I read the document step by step, step by step. What is the step one, step two? That what is
Mm.
the piece of code in the even on step one? Very
Mm.
clear. Even fresher also will be understand that code, even the document.
Different, actually, it should be somewhere. The permission.
Sir, your voice is too low, sir.
Yeah, it should be somewhere. Arun, it should be
Okay.
somewhere with me. I'll check it out for sure. You are asking me this since long time. So I did remember.
Uh-huh.
I'll check
Yes, sir.
for it. I'll
Because
check for
yes, sir. Because of the interviewers are mostly asking seniors who are the coming. They are saying one of the senior. I have a 15 years of experience. They introduce first himself. Arey yaar, he's also coming this much up. Shocking actually that time.
Yeah, it's a good experience with them.
Yeah,
That
I'm very happy, sir. Whatever I'm learning the things and even the patterns you are applying in even your project. I simply said I'm not an architecture. I'm architect. So
mm,
if I ask to architect why you are not implementing this, he will definitely throw outside.
mm,
He architect definitely know what is the required, what patterns we need to implement. So according to that, they're preparing the documents. So my senior, I mean my managers will be what is the requirement. They will let us know to develop the things, analyzing the and whatever the bug fixes, maybe new features implementation. So we can't ask to directly to you can do this, you can do, we are juniors. Uh, they're shocking. But you are involved a lot of places, even DR production setup, all those things, the Kubernetes setup, everything. But very lessly, how you know these things? Tell me.
That's a good experience.
Yeah, sir,
Good,
really.
good
But
to know.
my only one thing, the WSO2 completely, the whatever the role basis may be, what are the permissions according to access to
Mm.
our application. If you learn completely your product in the universe, they will be survive. They can handle anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Even this WSO is using nowadays by so many clients as
Yes,
Apple
sir.
Store. I recently came to know, not recently, but 1.5 year back, I believe, IRCTC is also using WSO. I came to hear from one of my colleague on the friend, but I'm not sure whether they're really using. So in many places they are using. Of course, I am experiencing definitely the good experience for me to just explore them. We get definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
And one more question, sir. RabbitMQ Kafka we are using, right, sir? Even
Mm,
mostly there the difference between the streaming.
correct.
Why we are not preferred RabbitMQ in the most of the cases?
Mm.
You
So, mm, mm. So
why
basically,
Kafka we are using?
uh, the benefit with the Kafka is what the data how it is managing.
Hmm,
So it is streaming. This is streaming the data,
hmm,
right? But RabbitMQ doesn't do that. It just pubs and subs. You just put the data, I'll deliver it, I'll spread it to many clients or whatever it is. But the retention policy is not there in the RabbitMQ.
hmm.
So if the messages were lost, there is no way of recover them.
Okay.
That is the problem with this RabbitMQ. And if there will be continuous data coming, if any, uh, the frame in the
Hmm,
sense, the I think it's 7 bits actually. So the frame, if any frame will last,
hmm,
then we will lose the quality in the video or whatever it is streaming.
hmm,
So though that those the problems. The short time, let's say here some video is playing and in the middle some frames were missed,
hmm,
right? So those frames immediately can't reconcile to provide the quality of the video.
hmm,
That mechanism is not here, but that is here in the Kafka.
hmm.
That's the
Okay.
benefit because a copy of the message will be available on all the brokers.
Hmm. Okay.
So if packet lost at one broker, the packet will be available with the other broker as well. So there won't be no data losses.
Hmm.
That's the benefit actually,
Okay, sir.
compared to tech. Okay, however, yeah, it's a different story.
And that they're asking GRCP something, sir. I'm not. That is, I'm here. Heard about them only. Something they're asking GRCP something. One more two things. They're asked me. I'm not sure. They said I'm directly.
After
I
we
did,
get a chance to work for the GRC, so yeah, that is another way of implementing the things.
okay.
Even I didn't get a chance to do on the it's
Okay.
a reactive reactive nature, but I
Oh.
didn't get a chance. Um, yeah, even I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For the 2 years, they're asking this many, and whenever they're digging knowledge from
Mm,
the any person from the interview in the interview point, if you're giving
mm,
the completely answers, completely real-time scenarios, and giving the code, how you are the things in the flow, they are digging how much knowledge you have, how much we can ask completely. If you are not compromised somewhere also, that will be even they're taking the 1 hour, the interview go to that 1.5 hour, maybe 1 hour 45 minutes also even.
yeah.
In the city around only, sir, it is taken 1 hour 45 minutes. Sometimes I felt okay. I said, okay, sir, if I am wrong, let me know. I'll learn. I'll let you after. I'll check it. Couple of
Yeah.
5 to 6 questions after. Okay, I'm done. My side, he said.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
But my requirement, the completely WS42, I want to learn from you only, sir. If you have any code also, that thing give me to me. Forget password and role basis and assigning and according to role and whatever the role having the permissions, the code level, how we access. That is, if you have, please give me the piece of code, sir. I mean, I will explore much more. If maybe in the CEO round also will be there. Maybe he will ask. I will learn. Maybe this week, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday is there, that round.
Okay. Sure. I definitely. So
yes,
we have the code itself. I will share it with WS42 for the various scenarios. So I'll guide you where to go.
okay, sir.
Yep.
Thank you
Okay,
so much, sir.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry, no new batches actually. Meaning I'm not planning to take any new batches at this moment. Any more questions, guys? Otherwise,
Sir, now are you in India or US or some?
I'm yours.
Yes, oh. I want to meet, sir. Actually, you said I will come to India. I mean, January, maybe something you said. After you take into with your family, return to back.
So
actually, I want to meet you, sir. Actually.
Definitely, we'll meet some time.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yep. Okay, folks. That's all from my side. Any more questions anyone have? Otherwise, we'll wind up and then we'll connect back tomorrow, and then we'll see the API integration, the most awaiting part of the this two days workshop. So we'll see. Any more questions? Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.
Yes.
Stopping the screen share.